Hey guys, it's Justin with Rebel Decal. I'm going to show you how to install one of our side graphics that has multiple panels. As you can see, we've already prepped it. Now I want y'all to remember, please use alcohol. Our alcohol is in our bottle because we use it every day. 70 proof or 90 proof %. You can get it at Kroger, Lowe's, Home Depot. It's pretty easy. What you do is you wipe the whole surface down, pull your graphic out of your tube that we send you. Your graphic will be in panels like this. It's already up on the Jeep, so you can see here's one panel, here's another panel, this is a panel, another panel. Basically, you're gonna start with this panel here, and you're going to make sure that it is around this door handle. All of our graphics that we make are there, so you don't have to worry about pulling door handles or pulling hinges, that we go around all of that, okay? So, as you can see, we've already got it up. With our flags, when you get your first one up, just make sure that you line up each line for the flags. I know that from here to here, it's gonna be a little hard. Take a step back, eyeball it, and go from there. So we're gonna start installing this one first. Make sure you always have tape and a squeegee. So what we're gonna do with this one is, we're actually gonna tape it right here. I'm gonna tape it twice, so I know this sucker doesn't run away from me. So we're gonna pull this tape off, and this is what we call hinging. You get your graphic up where you want it, put tape on it, now it's not gonna move, it's hinged, you're good. So we're gonna pull the hinges off. Okay. So we're gonna pull this down just a little bit. And we're gonna pull the backing. Ever so slightly. Okay, so this is also a lot different than doing a window graphic. Window graphics, you peel the backing, go halfway down, you squeegee, go a little further, squeegee. Oh shit, what do we do now? My best advice is just have a little knife. Doesn't have to be sharp. It doesn't have to be some professional knife. And just cut an oval kind of shape off of the card. Please do not cut your car or your paint. We'll get rid of this. So now we have something that we can grab to. What I like to do is I like just kind of fold it just a little bit, that backing paper. So now it's folded. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this first half and we're gonna squeegee up. Slow and steady. There's no reason to rush this. Make sure you're applying even pressure as you're squeegeeing. Okay, so now that that's there, now we can remove this tape. It's not going to go anywhere. Remove this hinge that we put on this side. What we're going to do is, now we're going to do just like the window graphic. We take the backing paper, see I've got the backing paper here, and just pulling it ever so slightly. Again, you don't want to rush and pull the whole damn thing apart, because you'll ruin the graphic. Remember my tip, dead center, hold it dead center. Squeeze you down, even pressure. And now we get to this weird panel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it down just a little bit more. The backing paper, I mean. All right. Okay. A little bit more. So what I'm doing here is I'm pulling the actual graphic, not the backing paper. The backing paper is still loose back here. Grab the bottom dead center, pull kind of tight, and push it against. The backing paper that has been pulled down, this has got a pocket back here. And now we'll just squeeze you down. And for this one, hold it with our free hand. And squeeze it. All right. Let's take that backing paper and put it down a little bit more. Again, you don't want to just shoot the whole backing paper all the way off, because then you've got all this graphic that, oh shit, it might touch the vehicle, now you're screwed. A little further. Actually, I'm going to shoot it all the way off because we're almost to the end. I've got about 4, maybe 5 inches. Again, dead center. Hold it dead center. And slowly come in as you're squeegeeing it. All right, and just like the window graphic or any other graphic that we do, one last squeegee on that panel you just put up. Okay, now we're gonna move to the next one. We're gonna do this panel next. So you see I've got it hinged where it's supposed to be. We've already discussed that. Take your tape. Go all the way across the top of this one. Now I'm fortunate enough to have one of these fancy chairs because I wrap vehicles. You can do it on your knees if you want. It won't take long, hopefully. So just like window graphics or any of our other small decals, Jeep names, put your tape down, pick up the whole graphic, and start peeling the backing paper off. Again, halfway down. And actually you can hold dead center and the backing paper at the same time. And we're just gonna squeegee that sucker down. And we're gonna go ahead and shoot the rest of this backing paper off. We're gonna squeegee it on down. And when you're lining this one up, this swoop right here is going to go right with that body of the door. And you're going to have about an inch gap from the bottom of the graphic of the line to the top or the bottom of the door. So that kind of gives you where it's supposed to go. So you squeegee it, one last good hard squeegee, right? All right, let's move to the next graphic. All right, guys, so before we do this panel, we are going to peel some of this back because if you look, it overlaps. You don't want to put your sticker on top of this masking tape because then you're going to be in a nightmare of hell. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this masking tape and just slowly peel it to about here. You don't need much. I'm just gonna roll it over on top of itself. Now it's out of our way. Take this one, we'll peel it up. So now we're gonna tape this top line right here. Now that I've showed you how to do this, now we're gonna tape the top here. Take your tape. And we're just gonna go hinge to hinge. So that hinge, all the way down to that hinge. Boom. Now that one's ready to roll. Take your squeegee, lift this little graphic panel up. We're going to peel that backing paper just a little bit more than halfway on this one. This one's kind of small. Again, dead center. Always dead center. Start dead center, work your way out. And for this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot the rest of it off. Again, dead center. So now you can hold it away from the paint. A little bit at a time. Like I said, there's no reason to rush this. You don't want to screw it up. All right. Sweet. Now we're going to the next panel. A little smaller panel, so this should be pretty easy, right? Take our masking tape. Wrap it around. Okay. So with this one, since it's so small, what I do, and what I recommend to do, instead of using your squeegee, because your squeegee is about damn as big as it, right? And you've got this curve that is on the back of the Jeep. I take my finger and I work it around that curve as I'm pushing down with my finger. And then take your squeegee and just make sure you've got it on there pretty good, right? All right, last panel. Get my expensive chair. This one's gonna be a little tricky. And we do, again, offer free Zoom calls for me to help you, so I can walk you through this. Again, it's free, no charge. Okay, so we're gonna take this whole graphic, and now we're gonna peel the backing paper off of it. With this one, because we have a fender here, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull the whole backing paper off so the backing paper isn't in the way. Because I'll cut a line here so you don't have to fight this. So now it just goes in there perfect. Now you don't wanna go straight in there. Keep it, off the Jeep right there. And just slowly. And see, now I'm using my finger again to get around this little curve. Okay. If you want, you can do a little tear right there, and that'll loosen it up just a little bit. In the wrap world, we call that a relief cut. Okay, so we're gonna finish this off. Keep on going. Push that sucker back there. All right, last little squeegee on this little bit. All right, now we'll be ready to peel off all the masking tape. We're going to start with this big graphic. It's like every sticker, every graphic, everything you ever get from us or anybody else, always take your masking tape and keep it as close to the paint or vehicle or substrate, whatever you're putting your sticker on, as possible. Because if you just go here, rip it, sometimes that sticker will still be stuck to this and not 100% stuck to the substrate, and you just rip the whole piece. And remember, don't freak out if this happens. This is totally normal. Nice and steady. Nice and steady. Okay, see, now as I'm peeling this graphic right here goes up into this little bevel. So when I said don't just rip it, if I'd have just ripped it, all that would have just ripped. So now that I see that, I can take my finger and run it in there as I'm slowly peeling that masking tape off of, see, perfect. I know y'all just saw this. When you're paneling it, if you got to make sure you shift it just right to make sure that your panels line up exactly where they're supposed to. I came over just a little bit. I can see that that I'm gonna have to trim this, and I'll show you how to guys do that. If that happens to you, it's okay, don't freak out. I'll show you how to trim this. I can see down here is right where it's supposed to be. So it's just a little bit of a shift issue. No big deal, I can show y'all. Before we do that, we're gonna finish unmasking this panel. So again, as you're doing it, close to the body. Don't go all cowboy on me. Remember, roll it up, give you a little handle. We're going to move this panel, and then we'll get back up here and show you how to cut it. Again, you can take a sharp knife, and what I'm going to show y'all is how to cut this little part off. If you look down here, it's pretty damn perfect. It's just off, just a hair. So what you're going to do is you can take your knife. Do not cut on the paint, please. There is a little black rubber piece here. Put your knife right on top of that, in between the paint of the door and that rubber piece. And we're just going to slide it straight down, all the way down, and then we can peel this excess film out, and then take your finger and just roll it in, just like that. Okay, so as you can see, there are a few bubbles in here. I'm glad it happened. It happens all the time. Don't freak out. Hell, it happens to me. I've been doing this for 6+ years. It's okay. What you're gonna do is take a sharp knife, very sharp, and just poke a few holes. Take your finger and push it down, and voila, it's gone. Now a lot of these little bubbles is okay too, because once it sits in the sun for a little bit, the sun will actually bake the vinyl onto the vehicle. So the very small little faint bubbles that you might not be able to pop out with your knife, it's okay. Just let the sun do its job and bake it. It's like baking a cake. Move on to the next panel. Again, just like every other panel, slow and steady, close to the body, and peel. Next one. And then the last panel. All right, so I'm gonna show you now how to trim this piece because it's overlapped a little bit, and that's okay because that's what you want, so you can make sure that your lines are lining up. Sharp knife again. This time we're gonna cut on this side of this. So you've got this pretty good break right here. Just follow that door all the way down. We'll go ahead and peel this up. There it goes. And then we'll just take our finger and rub it in, and then take your squeegee and push it on in there. And there you go. All right, so it's done, it's finished. This is definitely for advanced. If you don't feel comfortable doing it after watching this video, please find a local installer or shoot us an email. We can get you on a Zoom call, get you on a booking. Hopefully this video helps. Other than that, y'all stay true. Rock on.